Welcome to episode number 10 of my podcast. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. If you've been following along, you know I have covered so many important aspects of fertility and health. But today's episode is special. It's about a question as simple as, can I have cake? And how that small moment reveals a powerful commitment to the fertility journey. Before we begin, I want to mention that the following story is shared with full permission from the client. However, to respect their privacy, we have changed their name, and they won't be joining us for the interview today, as English is not their first language. That said, their journey is so impactful that I'm honored to tell on their behalf. Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Arianna. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered. Let me introduce you to Mariana and Diego, a couple who battled 6 long years of infertility, tried everything, and they were almost ready to give up. But when they chose a different path, one that focused on their health and lifestyle in a holistic way, they saw their dream finally come true. Stick around as I go through their incredible journey full of hope, resilience, and one life-changing moment. Trust me, this is an episode you don't want to miss. Let's get started. It was mid-June of 2024 when Mariana and Diego first reached out to me. A text message, short and uncertain, read,
Need information. Don't know why the doctor sent me to you. I don't know much about this technology. I work long hours. How much are your services?
It was clear from the start that Mariana was hesitant, unsure what I could offer. It had already been through 6 years of infertility struggles, bouncing from doctor to doctor, clinic to clinic, hundreds of tests, countless injections, and yet no answers, no results, just conflicting diagnoses and mounting frustration. 4 different specialists and thousands of dollars spent is still not closer to achieving their dreams. But they were willing to try one more time, and this time their doctor sent them to me, perhaps sensing that their journey needed a different approach. In our first consultation, I laid it all out for them. Unlike what they had been through before, my practice isn't solely about medication and tests. I told them that we can work on all phases of their health, from nutrition and exercise to sleep, detoxing, avoiding toxins, and most importantly, optimizing their fertility, a holistic approach. I explain how we can collaborate with our doctor, focusing on the cycle planning, improving egg and sperm quality, and even addressing emotional health. Arianna and Diego realized why they had been referred to me. This wasn't just another medical treatment. It was an entirely new way of taking control of their fertility journey. They decided to move forward, opting for the premium package. But there was a hiccup. They needed to figure out how to open a bank account to make payments. This wasn't just about fertility. They were navigating life other complexities at the same time. A few weeks passed, and on July 4th, they contacted me again. Financial concerns have delayed the start. 10 days later, they managed to pull through. From that point on, the journey finally began. On July 17th of 2024, we had our first official session. But there is a thing. Unlike their previous experiences, there was no doctor's appointment scheduled right away. Their doctor needed at least 2 months of recording cycles before considering the next steps. So we used that time wisely. Mariana and Diego were all in from day one. They implemented every change I recommended. They dove deep into learning how to care for their fertility, not just through medication, but through conscious lifestyle changes. Arianna followed the plan with diligence, and Diego supported her every step of the way. We worked on balancing her diet, adjusting their sleep patterns, and optimizing their daily routines to create the best possible environment for conception. Detoxing from toxins, building emotional strength. All these aspects were not part of their daily lives. Fast forward today, our fourth session. We gathered once again, but at this time, something was different. As Mariana sat in front of me, she shared the news. She put on the screen 4 positive pregnancy tests. She could hardly believe it, and her face showed it, stunned and in awe. Her husband was in disbelief too. He looked at me and asked, "Can you please tell me, is this real? Can I call my mom and tell her the news?" They were hugging, kissing, overwhelmed with joy. It was the moment they have dreamed for years. I celebrated with them and instructed them to contact their doctor to confirm the pregnancy and begin prenatal care immediately. But at that moment, I couldn't help to reflect how far they have come. They have taken control of their fertility journey in ways they would never thought it was possible. Mariana didn't just show up for the sessions. She committed to every step of the process. She learned how to care for her fertility as it was the most precious thing in the world, and it paid off. There was a moment early in our sessions that still sticks to me. It was a simple question for Mariana. We were midday through one of our discussions, going over the lifestyle changes I had recommended, when she paused and asked, "Is it okay if I have cake? It has been a year since I've had any, and I've been avoiding it to improve my health." Now, think of that for a second. A year without cake. For most of us, that seems like a small thing, but for Mariana, it represented her fierce commitment to doing whatever it took to improve her chances of conceiving. She was willing to make sacrifices, no matter how small or seemingly trivial, to reach her goal. She wasn't just avoiding cake for the sake of it. She was showing up for herself, for her health, and for her future family. I remember smiling at her, not just because of the question, because of what it meant. She wasn't looking for a shortcut. She wasn't hoping for a quick fix. She wanted reassurance that she was on the right path, even in the tiniest details of her life. So I told her, "Yes, you can have that cake. This is a journey about balance, not deprivation." But that moment highlighted the kind of person Mariana is. The same woman who had not let herself have cake for a year was also the one showing up every session with questions, meticulously tracking her cycle, implementing every lifestyle change I suggested, no matter how challenging it was. Her commitment wasn't just about making a baby. It was about fully investing in her health, her life, and her future. And that level of dedication made all the difference. It is easy to overlook the small sacrifices people make when they're fighting for something as precious as parenthood. But in Mariana's case, it was never about just one thing. Every choice, every decision, no matter how small it was part of a much larger picture. Her dedication to the process was relentless. She wasn't just showing up for herself. She was showing up for the child that she believed deep down she will one day have. And that, my friends, is Mariana and Diego's journey. A story of resilience, sacrifice, and commitment. From a simple question like, "Can I have cake?" to the life-changing moment of seeing those 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test. It is a reminder that every choice we make adds up to something bigger. It is about balance, dedication, and trusting the process. If you found inspiration in this story, have something special for you. In this episode comments, you will find a link for a freebie designed to help you take your own first steps towards understanding your fertility. Whether you're just starting your journey or looking for new insights, it is packed with actionable tips, cycle planning, and more. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, no matter where you are in the journey, you're never alone, and the small steps can lead to the most extraordinary results. Take care, and as always, take care of your health, your heart, and your future. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsies, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.